Some people have the perception that being in prison should be a punishment, but the punishment is the loss of liberty. They're away from their families, they're away from their homes, there's a lack of freedom. Actually, what prison should be about is identifying the factors that led to that person ending up being in prison in the first place, looking to address them, reduce the risk of that individual, but also look to how we can rehabilitate that individual so they go out and live a life free of offending.
I see the results at one end, but it's nice to come back and see them going through the mill.
We see it's worked. We've seen the outcomes from it. The data shows us that it works.
The people we took on from Fosse Way pointed out all the shortcomings of people that had got used to working with us for a long time. And literally within 6 months of taking on some people from Fosse Way, the company was saving £20,000 a month.
Generally, the feedback we've always had from any employer is that actually once they give that person that chance, they're often one of their best workers because they've not had those chances before.
I had one just 2 weeks ago. He came out, he said, I was just thinking what I could do to get put back into prison because I had nowhere to live. And then someone reminded me that part of the contract with you was you houses. He's been working for us a fortnight, he will be working for us in 2 years' time because the change is so drastic. But other companies have got to do that.
Today we're at Fosse Way and we're here to meet Peter Reid, who's going to come to the workshops with us to meet up with Max Rumley. So we're going to see how everything's going.
I previously worked at HMP Doncaster, so I know Sheeni well. She does a lot of the same work at Doncaster in terms of helping prisoners get skills and qualifications ready for work. And I've known Peter for 2.5 years now, and we originally started talking about setting up a workshops, and it's probably one of our most popular courses.
I run 3 training centres in the United Kingdom, plus I was initially set up the training centre in HMS Fosse Way. It's a new innovation to train people in air conditioning and ventilation. I'm also president of NAADUK, so I've got 48 years experience in the ventilation industry, and I'm considered one of the top experts in the country.
So we've trained over 300 prisoners through the NAADUK workshop. It's 3 weeks, you come out with a qualification, and ultimately you've got all the tools you need to go out and go into that line of work. And I think what we talked about early on and why I think it was so attractive and why I wanted to make it work is that actually you can earn a really decent salary doing it.
There's hundreds of companies, large companies as well, construction companies as well, where they move labour around the country.
Yeah.
Any company that does that, we have a bill anyway because we have to pay for all our stuff that we're away. The very worst you get is a weekend bill between £50 and £100. So it might cost you £400 to keep a roof over that prisoner's head for a whole month.
Yeah.
We looked at it and the problem was that they had nowhere to live when they left. So we were the first company in the UK to pay for the accommodation for the first 6 months. Give a food allowance, and these people pay tax and insurance immediately. But they become loyal workers as well. Anybody who turns their back on them because they think they're some kind of lowlife need to look inside themselves.
Of course, yeah.
We all make mistakes.
There are people out there working in the community, in jobs, that may have taken the same actions of people coming out of prison and you don't know about it. I think it's really important that employers get on board with recruiting ex-offenders and giving them opportunities.
That's the big problem, convincing the people these are not criminals, these are ex-criminals.
Yeah.
You can vet them, you can see the complete criminal record, but all of them have a level and then it's up to you to take whether that level is acceptable to your company. You have one of the best labour forces in the country. It's
Untapped.
disciplined, it's untapped.
Yeah.
And when it goes out there, I told you, they saved me £20,000 my first month.
I mean, it is cliche saying changing lives, but you are, because you're not just changing the prisoner's life, you're changing their family's life.
Yeah.
And it's got that knock-on effect. I strongly believe that the prisoners wouldn't be able to get as far as they get if they don't have the support from people like us in our roles.
You know what, you'd probably create 2,000 to 3,000 jobs a year of reliable staff.
A lot of prisoners are in prison for acquisitive crime, selling drugs. If when they're coming up for release and they've got two roads, they can go back and continue making the money, but there's that risk that they'll end up back in prison. They've got to weigh that up, or dead.
Hi Craig, nice to see you again, mate. Yeah,
How's things?
I'm always doing all right. Can I introduce Sheeni?
Hello, Sheeni.
Sheeni's
Nice to
from
meet you.
Doncaster Prison. So perhaps you could tell her what you do here now.
Basically, we have 2 different sessions, one cohort in the morning and a different cohort in the afternoon. We do a little bit of a recap every day, just from what we did the following day. They are studying and they will be sitting an exam. It's an 80% pass rate on that, and they should qualify as indoor air quality technicians. From there, we'll be doing the fire dampers, and they'll be qualified as inspectors of fire dampers and smoke control dampers. They love doing all the practical work, you know, with the tools and things like that.
You see that in their faces.
You do, yeah. And they're asking questions sort of outside the box, if you like.
I mean, we get some coming through to the company, and they're well trained and they're keen to start work.
Teaching them a qualification that they can use on the outside world. That's the payback for me, that is.
Yeah.
And actually go straight into a job, basically.
Basically.
After
And they are buzzing.
doing this course.
You know, I don't regret a day of it.
When a prisoner comes in that first week, we're having those resettlement conversations, and ultimately we're looking at what the end goal means for them, what their pathway is for them, and then we work backwards to build in those steps along the way that they need to achieve to be what we call job ready on release.
I just can't believe how spacious it is around here.
The whole place is like all the training centre rooms, a huge comparison to what we're used to.
Oh, that's a resettlement hub. Should we go have a look? I've not seen it. Come on then, let's go and have a look at it. Let's go meet her.
Thank you for coming along and seeing the hub today. I really appreciate it. I'm the prison employment lead here at HMP Fosse Way, so I work with the men around 16 weeks before release.
Right.
And what we'll do is we'll look at if they have their right to work documents, if they have housing in place, any debt.
You kept very busy, didn't you?
Very busy, yeah.
I bet so.
I think prisons are really, really underusing the good news stories that we have here. For me, it's kind of a call to arms to employers, not to say you have to take an offender on tomorrow, but actually come through the gates, spend some time with our men, understand the skill sets that they all have, and just utilise them more. In an ideal world, what we want to happen, and what hopefully over the next year happens, is we have companies in the local area, SMEs, ringing us and going, you know what, I need 3 builders this week, or 2 roofers, or a software engineer, and I can say, yes, great, we've got this release coming out in a few weeks. We advertise to the men all the vacancies we have, and they apply, and then we do screening and have employers come in and interview.
It's brilliant. It's, you know, it's doing it properly, isn't it?
The feel when you walk into the workshop area, it's friendly, it's inviting, you want to go into the workshops. You know what I did like was going into the NAADUK, your training centre, and sitting and talking to the guys in there and seeing how interested they are in doing the work and doing the course, and how they've actually written saying, I hope it gets me a job on the outside. But this is what we want, this is what we ask for, because if they want it, we're halfway there.
This prison speaks for itself. Every other prison out there should be striving to emulate it.
That's what I mean. People need to come and see what is being done and what can be done.
The success is in the numbers coming through. These people are not token gestures. These people are coming out there, earning incomes, they're supporting their families. What's better to do? Put them out the door with no support, and then they're back a couple of months later, costing us thousands of pounds to keep each year. Or stretch a little bit further, get the big companies with, like my company, we all make good profits, spend a little bit of that profits, securing a stable workforce for ourselves that's going to take that loaded off the country and off all the benefit system and everything else. I know what I'd rather do, pay a few quid more, and keep the loyalty, show the loyalty to them that we demand of them to us. It's a two-way street.
An ideal world would be prisoners never coming back to prison. Come visit us, come see what we do.